Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 15th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The fallout continues for the University of Maryland and the allegations against the Maryland football program and head coach DJ Durkin. University of Maryland President Wallace Lowe and Athletic Director Damon Evans met with the parents of Jordan McNair yesterday in Baltimore to apologize and to, quote, take legal and moral responsibility for the circumstances surrounding the football player's death in June. McNair died of a heat stroke after collapsing at an early practice. This is all tied in with the blistering expose on ESPN last week about the culture of toxicity and essentially the bullying that goes on the football team. In a related note, Maryland strength and conditioning coach Rick Court, who was named in that article several times, has been fired among that scandal. I think you're going to find that this is going to be going very quickly, but the wounds will be very deep. I think you're going to see President Lowe step down, and I think you're going to see quite likely a huge lawsuit against the University of Maryland in the death of Jordan McNair. McDonald's announced yesterday that it plans to invest $104 million in updating Maryland restaurants. They say that they're about to redesign 135 eateries in 2018 and 2019. And the updates are going to include redesigned dining rooms with globally and locally inspired decor, new furniture, fresh exteriors, and they will feature digital menus as well as self-order kiosks that will allow customers to personalize their orders. But let's not kid ourselves. They did that to the McDonald's here in Annapolis on Bay Ridge Avenue, and this is all being done in a step to automate McDonald's. They've reduced their staff here in Annapolis, and everything is being pushed to automation. Order from the app, have it delivered to you by Uber Eats, likely all as a result of different states pushing to increase the minimum wage. I don't know whether we should make this a routine thing or just a periodic thing, but here's 2 more dumb criminals. Stephanie Ringgold, 33, of Baltimore City, was picked up for DUI last Saturday by the state police. The first time she had a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old and another adult passenger in the vehicle. She was brought in, charged with DUI, and ultimately released to a sober driver. One would think that after that you would go home and sleep it off, but no. She had that sober driver drop her off at her car, which was left along the side of the road, which she proceeded to get into and was stopped again by the same trooper. So within 20 minutes of being released from the state police barracks, she was arrested again for the same offense. Also on Saturday, early morning, just as the bars are closing, 2 Florida men, and no, this didn't happen in Florida, 2 Florida men were looking for a missing cell phone and decided that it had to be on the grounds of Government House, the governor's mansion in Annapolis. So they jumped over the security fence and onto the premises. They were promptly arrested. Police do say that they were very cooperative. The 2 individuals were identified as Randall Dorr of Tallahassee and Brandon Dorr of Orlando. The police said a strong odor of alcohol was detected on both subjects, but they were charged with trespassing on the property of Government House and transported to the Anne Arundel County District Court Commissioner's Office, where they were both released on their own recognizance. We have been telling you all about kegs and corks this weekend, and I do hope that you use the code EOA to save $10 on your ticket. But if you're not going there, check this out. And this is an event that I am really sad to miss. But just like borrowing a book from the library, on Saturday, you can check out a human book for a 20-minute discussion at the Odenton Library from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Human Library is a place where real people are on loan to readers and where difficult questions are expected, appreciated, and answered. And just to give you an idea of the types of, quote, books that are available for checkout, A Blessed Immigrant. It's a Latina immigrant from a mixed-race family, serving Americas, serving in Germany after World War II, Orphan of the Earth, a gun violence survivor, An Ode to Not Belonging by a tattooed soccer mom, An Interesting Journey, Annapolis resident during the Jim Crow era, The Man in Black, a transgendered Saudi man, I Am Still Here, Surviving Incest, Living, Learning, and Loving with Chronic PTSD. Fantastic conversations to be had at the Odenton Library on Saturday, the 18th from 10 to 3. If you can make it, I do hope that the library brings these back again to the other branches throughout the year. That is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net for all of your news because we do update that throughout the day. Again, if you're buying your Kegs and Corks tickets, get them now and use the code EOA to save $10 on every general admission ticket. And the weather is looking pretty nice for Saturday. And of course, we've got George Young with your DMV weather. He's coming up right after this brief message from Kegs and Corks.
Don't miss the best event of the summer. Come out Saturday, August 18th for the Kegs and Corks Festival at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds. Get tickets now at kegsandcorksfest.com to begin the party at noon instead of 1 with early access tickets. Tickets benefit the Special Olympics of Maryland and include a souvenir glass, unlimited wine and beer samples, plus live music all day, including headliner Kristen and the Noise. Enjoy over 80 Maryland wines, 40 craft beers, incredible food, and more. Go now to kegsandcorksfest.com.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, August 15th. Summertime returns in a big way today, with temps jumping up into the 90 to 95 degree range, with plenty of sunshine and warm breezy winds out of the west-southwest. More of the same tomorrow with more heat and humidity as temps again climb into the 90s, and then Friday will bring a third straight day of highs in the 90s, but a front approaching from the west will bring PM thunderstorms to the region once again. As for the weekend, the expectation now is for temps mid to upper 80s with a small chance for PM storms each day, but on the whole it looks like a nice weekend for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County, so make your plans now to get out and about without too much of a concern for rain. Okay, that's it for today. Be sure to download our free weather app by searching the Apple App Store or Google Play Store for DCMD VA Weather so you can get your daily, hourly, and extended forecast information and also get timely updates via push notifications for general weather updates along with any severe weather that breaks out. And be sure to follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook or Twitter so you can always stay weather informed. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, but remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, but there is something we can do about it. Each year, thousands of people participate in the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's Out of the Darkness Walks. These community events raise awareness for suicide prevention and mental health, letting people know they are not alone. Join us Saturday, September 22nd at the Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis as we walk to fight suicide. It's the 10th annual Annapolis Out of the Darkness Walk. Registration starts at 10 a.m. This is a family and dog-friendly event. Browse resources provided by local health services and learn how you can become a lifesaver. Funds raised by the Midshore Out of the Darkness Walk support research, education, advocacy, and support for those affected by suicide. Remember, suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Register today at afsp.org/Annapolis. Together, we can help stop suicide. You are not alone.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.